This is the How to Beach channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If you're coming back, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to talk about the travel restrictions that St. Thomas and St. John have in place, and St. Croix as well. This is for the US Virgin Islands. I'm going to just give you a quick synopsis. I'll link to the website down below if you want to go there and read the whole thing. But just in case this is your first time here, this is a channel where we do tours of Caribbean beaches. I do reviews of different beach gear. I show you great ideas on how to make your next beach trip a fabulous trip. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you do like going to the beach, consider subscribing to the channel and you'll find out lots of things all about the beach. The US Virgin Islands are open for business. Hotels are open, Airbnbs are open. You're able to travel here internationally. If wherever you're coming from allows you to travel here, they just refer you to, for international travels, they refer you to the CDC guidelines for international travel. But there are a few things once you get to the island that you need to know during this pandemic. So the US Virgin Islands have a travel portal, which works with the link down below, that you can upload your test and then they give you a barcode and you show it on your phone when you get there and they just kind of whisk you right through. They do require a molecular test. If you arrive without a test, you're required to quarantine for 10 days from the date of arrival. I'm going to read the testing guidelines real quick just to go over this. It says a COVID-19 molecular test from a nasal, throat, or oral rinse or saliva sample taken and negative result received both within 5 days of commencement of travel to the territory, or a COVID-19 antigen rapid test from a nasal or throat swab taken and negative result received both within 5 days of commencement to travel to the territory, or a COVID-19 antibody rapid finger stick or blood draw test taken and positive result received both within 4 months of commencement or travel to the territory. So that's what it says directly on their website. It seems they are starting to crack down on people who are forging test results or vaccine results. They have, I think, prosecuted 2 people, like a tourist and a local, so that they could show that they're not going to differentiate between the two. I think maybe to make an example out of them. I don't know a total of how many they are, but I know that at least 2 people have been prosecuted on fake test results or vaccine results. I'm not sure which one it was. Another important note here is that if you have received the vaccine, it does not supersede the testing requirements. So even if you're vaccinated, you still have to prove that you are negative at the time of entry if you're providing a test result. Okay, so those are the testing requirements. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things that you may not be aware of, that like mask requirements, what's open as far as bars, restaurants, nightclubs, that sort of thing. So I'm going to go over some of these. I'm going to be looking down here at the website occasionally. So masks or face coverings are required, must cover the nose and mouth, blah, blah, blah. Any person that is in her private home, blah, blah, blah. So if you're in your house, you don't have to. So it says any person who is not in their private home or vehicle is required to wear a face mask or facial covering when 2 or more individuals who do not share the same house or, family pod interact in any manner. Children under the age of 2 and persons unable to remove a mask without assistance are exempt. Individuals with chronic respiratory conditions should seek advice, blah, blah, blah. Masks with exhalation vents should not be worn. This is very important. Ski masks and stocking caps are not acceptable masks. Masks or facial coverings do not have to be worn during activities of exercise, indoor or outdoor. If you're coming here for a wedding or some kind of special event, it says here that gatherings are limited to no more than 100 individuals in any given space or room. So I guess you could have 100 people in a room or 100 people on the beach. Doesn't matter. That's the maximum capacity for gatherings. Okay, this is one that I've seen a lot of people on the beach that are confused about. So right now the rule is beaches are open, but they close from 5 p.m. until 6 a.m. on weekends and holidays. So if you're here for a Memorial Day or some sort of holiday, the beaches are closed from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. and every weekend it's the same thing. Also, no picnics, no parties, no disc jockeys, DJ equipment or the like, no camping, no bonfires, no cooking, no barbecuing, no grilling permitted on any beach. So transportation, let's get into the transportation. Taxis can transport more than the 50% capacity if all the passengers are from the same family or group. So I don't know why you're going to be sharing a taxi with a stranger, but that is the rule for taxis. You have to wear your face coverings in all public transportation. Retail stores are all open. They are allowed to have 1/2 of their capacity or 100. Grocery stores, big box stores, COVID doesn't exist there, so they have no restrictions on those. You're free to go there, just wear your masks. Okay, let's talk about restaurants and bars. I know this is important for a lot of you guys, and these rules are sort of all over the map here. So restaurants are open at 75% capacity, and they have to close at midnight. So no late night partying for you guys. No congregating or standing around the bar is permitted. No sitting or serving of alcohol at bars is permitted. That's the same thing. Seated patrons may order food or alcohol or both once stationed at designated seating areas, and you can take your mask off when you're sitting down, because I think that COVID exists maybe at lower elevations. But when you stand up, you have to have your mask on at all times. Tables must be 6 feet apart. Employees must wear facial coverings, blah, blah, blah. Patrons should wear facial coverings whenever they are not seated at a table. Patrons waiting for takeout must wait outside, and no service of alcohol alone to persons outside of the restaurant. Food trucks are also open. They're operating in a drive-through or takeout manner. Unless they already had approvals for seating, then they can have seating also. Cabarets and nightclubs are closed. Bars are open for seated service only, and bars and nightclubs standing around the bar counter is not permitted. We already talked about that. Seated, we talked about that. Tables 6 feet apart. In 11 p.m. to 8 a.m., alcohol service curfew is in effect, so they can't serve alcohol after 11, even though they're open to 12, so last call is at 11. No dancing is permitted by anyone, including staff, inside or outside of any established with a bar, cabaret, or nightclub license. So if you're here to dance, don't do it. The use of pool tables, however, is permitted as long as you're wearing your face covering at all time, because obviously you're standing up and you can have to stand up and wear a mask. Hand ciders should be made accessible to all players. Pool sticks and the surrounding areas must be disinfected after each game. Live music and DJ entertainment are allowed in licensed establishments until 12 a.m., but remember, no dancing. Limited to one half, blah, 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 blah. Bowling alleys are open. Movie theaters are open. Casinos are open, but they have a different set of rules as well. I'm not going to go into all of those. Athletic facilities, gyms, wellness centers, they are allowed to reopen. Personal grooming services open. Churches open. 50% of their capacity or 100 persons. So that's sort of the high points. You got to wear a mask if you're outside and you're around people. If you're outside and you're not around people, or you're with your family or group, you can take your mask off when you're outside. If you're in a taxi, public transportation, wear your mask. If you're standing in a bar, wear your mask. If you're dancing anywhere, you're in big trouble. And beaches close at 5 p.m. on the weekends. And that's pretty much it. Enjoy your trip. Welcome to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Subscribe to the channel. I'll keep doing these updates. If you guys like this, leave me a comment if you have any questions. Thank you.